welcome to Think Tech Hawaii. My name is Kim Lau, and this show is called Hawaii Rising. The focus of this show is people helping people to develop the community and the economy, because that's the only way that we'll be able to create a sustainable future for Hawaii. So today, let's talk about the phrase buy local. I'm sure everybody has heard that a lot, buy local. There's been campaign slogans such as buy local, it matters, think local, buy local. So why does it matter? More than 24 studies have been done to look at the value that small businesses bring to their local communities. Economist and author Michael Schumann shows that every single dollar spent at a local business leads to 2 to 4 times the amount of jobs, income and wealth, tax collections, and charitable contributions. All of those 24 surveys showed what he just said. And there's no surprise behind this. It's because companies that are local have more local relationships, and therefore that creates this net positive effect. But of course, what customer doesn't want to patronize a local business that provides great, personalized, and unique services where you can go and everybody knows your name, and they also lend a unique flair to the community, because you wouldn't get any of these things at a chain retail store. So let's look at the actual numbers behind these facts. A small business is defined as a business with 500 employees or less. So you can imagine that Hawaii has a lot of small businesses here. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, small businesses represent 99.7% of all employer firms. Since 1995, small businesses have generated 64% of new jobs, and they have also paid 44% of the total U.S. private payroll. In 2012, Entrepreneur magazine showed that there were between 25 and 27 million small businesses in the U.S., and they accounted for 60 to 80% of all U.S. jobs. Small businesses are known to have a multiplier effect on their communities as well as the economy. Not only does a small business create a job for the business owner and the people that the owner employs, but they also spur employment at companies that they do business with. And then everything that they buy for their business helps commerce and the overall local economy. When people shop at small local businesses, they're putting that money into the pockets of the people that work there, who are probably their friends, their families, and those people will be spending their income in town in their local communities. And also when you shop at a small business, the tax money also stays in your hometown. There's a Chicago study that found that for every $100 spent at a local business, $68 remained in the city. Whereas if $100 was spent at a chain retailer, only 43 of those dollars remained in the city. Research also shows that vibrant local business communities lead to more charitable giving in a community, more walkable neighborhoods with unique character, because small businesses are usually the ones who give back to the community, such as local schools or community events. However, some research that was calculated by the Small Business Administration, the Office of Advocacy, the U.S. Census Bureau, and the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts between 1990 and 2011 showed that nearly 12.8 million businesses were created. However, 12.2 million businesses shut down within the same time frame. So there's a one-to-one correlation of business births and business deaths, and they show that this correlation closely mirrored the performance of the overall U.S. economy, which may be key to really understanding what's currently affecting our economy in terms of the lack of private sector job growth. So as you can see, small businesses are very, very important to the local community. And how do we ensure that these small businesses are sustainable and that they continue to grow and support the economy and the community that we live in? Well, one of these companies that are helping businesses of all sizes is Hata. They are, in fact, a small business themselves, employing less than 500 people. And their clientele range from the DOE and military all the way to food trucks and small mom and pop restaurants. So today we have here Russell Hata. Thank you for coming, Russell.
Thank you for having me on the show, Kim.
Russell is the chairman, president, and CEO of Hata and Company Limited. And Hata has $165 million in wholesale food services distribute.
Is it okay to correct you?
Yes, please.
Okay,
please correct
that
me.
information, probably you got it from the website. It is a little dated. We're currently tracking right now to do about 250 million.
Wow.
So we've grown quite a bit in the last 2 years.
Wow. And your company was originally started just over 100 years ago?
We just celebrated our 103rd anniversary.
And the company was originally founded by your
My grandfather. Yeah, Yuichi Hata.
And can you tell me a little bit about the founding of your company and where the roots of the company actually started and how it was founded?
Are you familiar with S. Hata and Company in Hilo? They have a S. Hata building.
No.
Okay, S. Hata, Saranosuke Hata, was Yoichi's older brother. So he was already in Hawaii. And he asked his younger brother to come to Hilo to help him with his business. So that's how Yuichi ended up coming to Hawaii.
So your business started on the Big Island?
On the Big Island.
And
correct.
It's now in how many, on how many islands?
Now we're on 3 islands. So Big Island, Oahu, and Kauai.
Wow, and you distribute to all ranges of restaurants and...
Basically, anybody who serves food probably buys something from us. Just about.
So you are actually the 3rd generation of Hatas.
3rd generation. My grandfather had 10 kids. Grandfather and grandmother had 10 kids, and 5 got involved in the business. Of the 5, the oldest brother, Minoru, pretty much grew the company through the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and even into the 70s. And then I came in the first time in 1978 as a managing director. I'm not 78, 88, 87, 88, to basically do a turnaround. The company was met with a lot of competition. Although the state was still growing a lot, the competition really got intense. And because of our philosophy to take care of the small local company, that to me is what actually ended up virtually killing the company. Because what happened was, whether you're a Hilton Hawaiian Village or small mom and pop down the road, you got the same price. So as the competition got bigger, they took away all the big accounts, and we got basically left with all the smaller accounts.
And those people couldn't afford to pay the same prices as the Hilton or a large corporation.
Yeah, but I think the story is that because of our desire to help the local businesses and the local community, we weren't smart as far as being strategic in how we compete against the competition. So it almost ended up with us dying.
So how were you able to pull Hata out of that slump that you're in?
I tell you the truth, Kim, to this day, I don't know how we did it. It was really bad. I took over in 91, the second time I was there, and we ended up having negative equity in 1993. So what we did for about 90 years prior, we lost everything, and we were just trying to build it up from there. I don't know if you're probably too young to recall. At that time, our property got condemned so that they could build the John A. Burns School of Medicine. So Waihata was right there where that property was. So we were condemned.
Oh, you were in
Kaka'ako.
Oh, and now you're located in
Sand
Island.
Yeah. So the government gave us till the end of 1996 to move out, and that happened in 1994. So we had about 2.5 years. But because we're doing so poorly financially, we couldn't afford any of the real estate. And we just ended up getting really lucky to get the Side Island location.
But in your economic downfall, you had to build a new store or build a new warehouse, and
We actually picked up a warehouse that was in bankruptcy. It went out to bid. I got it for a fraction of what it was on the market, and we built our freezers in July of 1990. I still remember the date because we couldn't move sales for about 2 to 3 years while we were being condemned. And as soon as the freezers were done, our sales just took off. It was unbelievable.
Wow. So you mentioned that you were away from Hata for a period of time. What, I guess, what industries were you working at, and what skills were you able to bring back to Hata to maybe help you turn the company around?
Well, I left the company twice for various reasons, but I think the biggest thing I learned going outside of the company was that I guess I could hold my own against other people. When you grow up in a family company, you never know how good you are. And people always say, oh, it's because you were born into the family, or you're so-and-so's son. And going out and working for, actually I went into real estate development, and really did quite well. And it really built my self-esteem and the confidence, I guess, needed to do a turnaround that we had.
So that was lucky that you left and were able to come back and help the company that way.
Yeah, I think I got lucky.
Yeah.
I've been pretty lucky, pretty fortunate all my life.
But that was lucky for the company that you gained those skills outside and were able to help them and make a turnaround during their...
Plus, it was a lot of fun, too.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to take a quick break right now, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what services Hata actually provides.
Sure. Great.
Aloha, my name is Justina Spiritu, and I'm the co-host of Hawaii Farmers Series. This is my co-host, Matthew Johnson, and you can catch us every Thursday at 4 p.m. at thinktechhawaii.com. What do we talk about, Matt?
So on Hawaii Farmers Series, we're going to be bringing on the farmers and also supporter of farmers, including restaurants, caterers, as well as government supporters and nonprofits to hear their background stories and understanding our local ag community just a little bit better.
Yeah, essentially there's a lot more that goes into farming and the local food community beyond just producing the food. And we want to feature and get the background story on all these folks and see how we all work together as a community. So join us every Thursday. Aloha.
Aloha, namaskar, and hello. My name is Anu Hittel, and I host a show, Climate Change Beyond Outrage. In it, we go beyond outrage to look at solutions to climate problems facing people, nations, and the world. Join me every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time. See you then.
Hi, welcome back to Think Tech Hawaii. My name is Kim Lau, and this show is called Hawaii Rising. Today we have Russell Hata, Chairman, CEO, and President of Hata and Company Limited. Welcome back, Russell. Thank you for being here.
Kim.
So we're going to talk about what exactly Hata does. So I have a little picture here. So I'm sure that lots of people have seen these trucks driving around, but not necessarily everyone knows what the heck Hata does.
It's interesting you asked that question. We've been around for 103 years. We have about 60, 70 trucks on the road every day, and very few people really know what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
So the bottom line is we sell food and food-related products to restaurant and food service accounts, as opposed to the industry is divided into grocery, where the consumer, where you and I go with our families to go shopping for today's dinner. But we also go to restaurants and dine out. So the eating out segment is a segment that Hata focuses on.
So we're talking about hotels and also the bigger, like I know that the Department of Education, like you service the schools,
So we do all the troop feeding for the military, we do all the schools in the state, and we do a bunch of chain restaurants, people like Panda Express and Cheesecake Factory and Chili's and even ABC stores.
Wow. But recently you opened something called Chef Zone. Now, can you tell me a little bit about Chef Zone and what unique services Chef Zone provides?
Chef Zone is similar to Hata in what they carry. Imagine to yourself everything a restaurant needs. Carry fresh produce. So when you look at the kitchen equipment, whether it's spatulas, knives, pots, pans, even down to refrigerators like that, we have everything a restaurant would need. Takeout trays, cleaning supplies, virtually everything.
Oh, wow. And how do you get membership at Chef Zone? And what does it cost?
Right now, it costs a hefty $0. Just come down and sign up.
So as long as you have a GE license?
Right now, we're not turning anybody away, but the whole store is focused on business to restaurants. But we let the foodies that like to cook their own foods come out and shop there.
Nice, nice. So even I could come down and get a Chef Zone membership?
You're welcome anytime.
Oh, nice.
Now, before we start charging, we probably will start charging within the next year.
Okay, so everyone go down and get your Chef Zone memberships. And Chef Zone is located where?
It's on Ualena Street, right off of Lagoon Drive by the airport.
And as they're showing right now, you have this very unique thing called a
The chill zone.
chill zone.
So the chill zone is about 17,000 square feet of chill and frozen products.
And
Like I was mentioning earlier, just about everything you can get in a restaurant, you can get at Chef Zone.
That's pretty amazing. So you can just walk into the chill zone yourself.
Yes. So we supply jackets. It's really cold in there.
Yeah, it's really cold.
I mean, I was shocked the first time I went in there. It's like, oh, this is cold.
So again, not just businesses can sign up right now. Like the general public can also go and sign up
Yes.
for right now.
Yes.
And Chef Zone does not just supply food and restaurant supplies. It also supplies business, you have a thing called an entrepreneur.
Our Entrepreneurship Center is to help our restaurants become more successful. So we'll do anything to help them, whether it's marketing, menu costing, menu design, basically anything.
And what does that cost restaurants and small businesses?
What we do is we pretty much reserve it for our best customers, and we don't charge them anything.
You can do that for free?
Our philosophy, yes. Our philosophy is to take care of the small, local, independent restaurants. And my side slogan, I guess you could say, is to help restaurants with solutions to become more successful. So I try to instill it into our people that we're there to help them become more successful. The more successful they are, the more successful we will be.
And then also that's helping the local economy and the community, like we were talking about before, because that's supplying jobs, that's infusing money into the economy here. So,
Yes, so please shop at Chef Zone as opposed to the mainland competition.
So here's a picture of Chef Zone. I say, it's really bad of me, but I usually describe to people who don't know Chef Zone as the Costco's for restaurants. But as you can see, what we've discussed, Chef Zone is so much more than Costco's. You can't go to Costco's and get help with your menu design or your costing or your pricing, things like that. That's greatly helpful for small businesses and restaurant owners because
Correct.
like you were saying before, a lot of these small businesses don't have that kind of infrastructure. They don't have high-tech IT or HR.
Yeah, as compared to the national or global chain accounts, like let's say Chili's or CPK, they have the whole back office IT structure, the HR department, their marketing department, and local independent restaurants don't have that. So that's a big help that we can provide to them in helping them become more successful.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you can provide that kind of services just for being a loyal customer.
Well, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the local companies, they're in a sense, they're a little shy about using those services. So we have to go out and let them know that it's there for them, you know, and we welcome to help them. We want to help them.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really great that Chef Zone can provide those services and why Hata is able to support those kind of initiatives.
So right now we're working on, I'm currently working on a project with Hawaii Energy. I don't know if you've heard of them. Hawaii Energy is a private institution developed to help the consumer, just John Q. Public, any resident of Hawaii, and businesses with helping them with their energy needs. For example, we're putting together a program to help restaurants put in LED lighting with no cost to them.
And that saves them money on their electric bill,
Correct.
as well as you're helping them do the install.
So on the sustainability side, why have to put in photovoltaic and Chef Zone, photovoltaic, we put in LED lighting, we put in high-speed, low-energy doors. We have, I forget what it's called, but something that goes on, some kind of electrical thing. But we save probably about 35% in our electricity costs. Hawaii Energy came in, did an audit of us, and they said they're going to pay us $116,000 in rebates for all the energy efficient things that we've done.
Oh wow! And so this is not just special for you guys. This is applicable to any
Available
business.
to anyone. So one of the things I told Hawaii Energy I want to do is help them promote what they're doing, basically to help people of Hawaii and businesses of Hawaii.
Yeah, how businesses getting their tax money back.
Yeah.
That they're getting their own money back.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that on their energy bill every month, I believe our legislature appointed 1.2% of their energy bill to be put aside for Hawaii Energy to use to rebate customers that use sustainable anything, just about.
Well, that's amazing that you can go out there and help the small businesses be more energy efficient, and then you're bringing awareness about Hawaii Energy and what kind of rebates that other businesses can get, and help revitalizing their economy that way.
Yeah, it's really exciting actually to be able to help them in that way. And really it's no cost off my back. It's everybody's paying for it.
Yeah.
So the money is there for them to use. They just have to call Hawaii Energy.
Yeah, they just go out
Including
and get
you,
it.
Kim.
Yeah, we don't have any solar now. But in addition to Hata, the distribution service, and then Chef Zone for more of a service to restaurants, you have other services as well. You have an industrial kitchen.
We have a kitchen, our demo kitchen at Chef Zone. We also have one at Hata, and it's available for our customers to use. I'll give you an example. Alan Wong was preparing for his China restaurant in Shanghai, and he was there for about 3 months. IA Bowl uses it every Thanksgiving to do their pies, but probably what it is used mostly for is to help customers look at the recipes, to test product, just look at our products.
And you do some training there also? Like you have your own chef in-house?
We have an executive chef to help our customers, and our executive chef also is a really great seminar provider. So he does seminars on kitchen efficiency, on Serve Safe, a 2-day session that's certified. He does a really good job.
So it's amazing that you can provide all of these services under one umbrella company, that it's all affecting the restaurant and the food industry.
Yeah, the whole idea is to help our restaurants become more successful. And there's still a lot of things more I'd like to do, hopefully before I die.
Well, there's a lot of time there.
But ideally, I'd like to get to the point where we actually have do HR training. Kitchen staff training to help the restaurants and provide them with personnel. You know, especially now with the baby boomers getting older and the shortage of labor, it's getting harder and harder.
So do you think that local businesses are able to find the staff that they need, even for yourself at Hata? Are you able to find like
You know, I've been managing this business for 40 years about, and this is the worst I've ever seen it. Every industry, every owner that I talk to are having a hard time.
And why do you think that is? Just
It's a cyclical thing with whenever construction starts booming, they suck the labor out of all these other industries. But in this case, right now, there's a worldwide phenomenon with the baby boomers getting older, and
it's like a
just
generational.
just the whole workforce is shrinking. So it's going to get really tough in the future.
What do you think can be done other than like getting some good people and training them up, you know, in order to?
My goal?
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to have Hata become by far the best in the industry, where people are seeking us out. We already have some of that, but I'd like to see it be a lot stronger.
And that's all in all aspects. Now we're talking about service as well, and
So
food
our-
service.
Correct. Our basic philosophy is to be a solution provider for our customers, but internally, our philosophy is to do everything we can to help our employees become successful, and not just in the work, but in their personal lives. Anything to help them basically have a better life.
So that kind of leads towards your mission at Hata. Can we talk a little bit about what that mission is?
Just really, it's really short. Food service beyond expectation. That's what we'd like to provide our customers. But we also have a vision and core values,
Yes.
which talks about our partnership with our employees and the partnership with our customers.
So would you like to talk about kind of what that vision is and those core values and how you kind of have a really unique company culture at Hata?
Yeah, the core values and the vision really is to have a company that sincerely cares about not only its own people, but its customers. You know, everybody uses it for marketing and for advertising and trying to create their brand that, oh, you know, we do everything we can for our customers, but very few really live it and
Right.
really do it. So one of my goals is to make it something that it's so tangible that people recognize it right away.
So we can see that your mission not only addresses profitability in your company, which every company, of course, you want to be profitable. But it also kind of goes more towards the triple bottom line, which leads to real economic sustainability and overall sustainability and growth for any company. So when we talk about the triple bottom line, we're talking about profitability, people, and the environment. So as we've already talked about profitability at Hata and how you're doing things, you have product integrity, product quality, you're going towards lots of efficiencies with energy and whatnot to increase or decrease your spending, increase your revenues. But you also concentrate on your vision and your core values, which is focusing on your people.
Mm-hmm.
And so you find that people is very important to your company.
People are everything.
Right.
We don't have a company without our people. We just started a new KPI, Key Productivity Index or Performance Index, and we broke it up into 3 segments. The first one is our customer. What are we doing to help our customers become more successful? So we look at the basic servicing of the customer as well as value-added services. Then we look at our culture, our people internally. What are we doing to help them? What more can we do to help them? And ultimately, the goal is for us to help anyone, the company has to be profitable.
Right.
So we do look at profitability metrics, but the goal is to have enough profits that we can help the future of Hawaii, the community, and the larger future. You know, I guess the goal is to have a Hawaii that our kids can live.
Right, exactly.
It's scary the way everything is, I guess, it's growing so big, within the island. I was just down at Alamoana yesterday eating dinner. I looked at the high rises one after another. It's almost like getting like Hong Kong.
Right.
Something that I feared for many, many years when I used to go to Hong Kong 40 years ago. All you see is high rises everywhere.
Yeah, and that's not who we really are here in Hawaii, right? So we have to keep local is what we're talking about,
So one of the things I've gotten involved with is the local Hawaii Land Trust, which tries to urge big landowners to keep their land in agriculture and keep it pristine from development. I've gotten involved a lot with food sustainability. One of the things I was trying to do is keep the local cattle at home in Hawaii, because what happens is the local cattle industry will ship it to the mainland because they can get a higher dollar. So right now we partner with Ulupono and Parker Ranch on Paniolo cattle. So we sell Paniolo cattle with the idea that we're going to develop that business so that the Parker Ranch can keep their cattle in Hawaii. And at the Cattlemen's Association last year, I challenged the association basically to hire an executive director so that they can sustain the movement of keeping cattle in Hawaii. So I told them I will match them up to $50,000 to hire an executive director, which they did. So I'm really excited. I'm not sure how it's going yet. It's kind of a little soon, but hopefully it'll help kickstart that whole industry and keeping cattle in Hawaii.
Right, and now you're addressing the last part of the triple bottom line, which is the environment. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about that last part of the triple bottom line, how Hata helps with the environment and how that it's an integral part of their business. This is Think Tech Hawaii, and this program is called Hawaii Rising.
Aloha, my name is Josh Green. I host a show called Healthcare in Hawaii here on Think Tech. We get together once a
That's
week, or
interesting.
sometimes twice a month.
So I
Depends.
think
When we're busy, we
that
get
last
together
part
less
is like,
often, but we'd love to see you here to talk about the preeminent healthcare issues in our state. Our programs vary very widely. We talk about economics, we talk about healthcare, we talk about social issues on this program. Thanks for joining us.
Aloha, this is Reg Baker and I am the host of Business in Hawaii. We talk about positive stories of businesses in Hawaii, how they have been successful and how they have overcome some of the obstacles that a lot of us encounter when we try to have a business here. And believe it or not, there are a number of positive stories here, and we want to talk to all of you. So we broadcast live every Thursday at 2 o'clock, and it rebroadcasts again on Olelo Channel 54. So I sure hope to see you next time. Please tune in on Thursdays at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Kaui Lucas, host of Hawaii is My Mainland, here on Think Tech Hawaii every Friday at 3 p.m. We address issues of importance for those of us who live here on the most isolated landmass on the planet. Please come join me Fridays at 3 p.m. Mahalo.
Hi, welcome back to Think Tech Hawaii. My name is Kim Lau, and this program is called Hawaii Rising. Today we have with us Russell Hata, Chairman, President, and CEO of Hata and Company.
Hi,
Thank
Kim.
you. Thanks for being here, Russell.
Thanks for having me
So-
again.
So we're just talking about the triple bottom line, and the last part of the triple bottom line is how companies can address the environment. And you were talking about the environment such as cattle and agriculture, but also Hata addresses the culinary environment and the food service environment. So do you want to talk about the kind of things that you do for your industry?
Well, we try to do everything we can to help the younger students get into the industry. We're currently sponsoring Localicious, which is a program by the Hawaii Ag Foundation, Hawaii Agricultural Foundation, Denise Hayashi. And Alan Wong found this program called Veggie U. He found it in Ohio, and it's to train fourth graders on the virtues of farming and introducing them to farming at a very young age and that whole agricultural side of it. So Localicious, how it gets its money to buy these kits for the schools, we work with restaurants, and every time someone buys a local product, a local dish that they specify, the restaurant donates $1 to Hawaii Ag Foundation, who in turn sponsors these growing kits, so these agricultural kits to the fourth
nice.
graders in schools. So we're up to 100-something restaurants that are participating in 100-something classrooms, fourth grade classrooms.
Oh, nice.
So that's a really nice program. We also do a lot of scholarships for Kapilani Community College and also all the community college. We try to help.
And you have some, you help out with the Culinary Institute of the Pacific as well?
CIP. Okay, I'll tell you a little secret. When I came back to the company for the third time in 2008, the company wasn't doing too well. So I was brought back in to kind of get it back in the right direction. And one of the things when I heard about the CIP, I never thought it would go. Mr. Martin brought me in a while back to look at that whole program, and I just didn't think it would go. It was just too many in-house fighting, this and that. So when I heard Conrad Nonaka, how far he got with it, I said, you know what, Conrad, I'll commit $100,000 to the program, and that was without board approval. So I was taking a risk, but I believe that much in the program to help the culinary industry in general.
Well, so Hata does so much for not just the environment, as in like agriculture and cattle and whatnot, but also the culinary industry and the that area of food services. So I guess, why do you do all this stuff? You know, I understand that your motto is Kulia Ikanu'u. Can you explain that a little bit and just maybe tell us why you do all this stuff?
Kulia Ikanu'u means to strive for the summit. It was Queen Kapilani's life motto. And when we hit our 100-year anniversary, I wanted something to hold on to motivate the staff and our company for the next 100 years. And I was searching for a few months, and when I heard Kulia Ikanu'u, that one just struck a chord. And I jumped right in. I said, this is it. This is what we're going to do for our model for the next 100 years. As far as why do I do all this? I'll tell you a story of when the company was going bankrupt. 1993, we hit negative equity, and one of the big CEOs from one of the local banks called me into his office and told me, Russell, shut the company today. And he said, there's no way you're going to turn it around. The company's too far gone. And he looked at me and said, Russell, why do you want to even try this? And I looked at him and said, Mr. Dodds, my name is up there. My name is on the company. I have to try. And since then, when you look at what the industry has done for Waihata and its employees and shareholders, you know, I think we have a lot to give back. And we try to do it every day.
So that's a great example of how local small businesses give back to the economy and, more importantly, the community, because that sense of community is instilled within you, you know, and you feel that that's so important for you to give back to the community.
Well, I owe so much, and the company owes so much to Hawaii and the people and the industry.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, again, Waihata and Company Limited celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2013.
Correct.
And they've been going strong since then. You've had a lot of new investments. You've had Chef Zone open up. And again, Chef Zone is not just the Costco's for restaurants. Chef Zone provides a lot of other services that nobody else on this island provides for small businesses and local restaurants. And so that's amazing that you can provide those types of services and give back to the community, give back to the local economy.
Well, we try to do the best that we can.
So thank you. Any closing words, Russell? Anything you'd like to share?
I'd just like to thank you very much for this opportunity, and it's been interesting. I never really sit down and think about all these things. You know, I just kind of just go along every day and do it. And I guess thinking about it, we do a lot.
Yeah, you do a lot, and it's just amazing. You know, you can't just think of yourself as a food service, a food distribution company. You're not just supplying people with food, you're supplying them with vital things that are important to their day-to-day business, and you're keeping those businesses alive. And by doing that, those businesses are therefore contributing to the economy and giving back to the community, and you yourselves are also giving back to the community in so many ways.
We try to do our best.
So thank you so much for being here today, Russell, and sharing the history of Hata and about the birth of Chef Zone and all of the other great services that you provide for the industry as well as the community and the economy.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you. So my name is Kim Lau, and this show is called Hawaii Rising on Think Tech Hawaii. We're on every 2 weeks. Today, our guest was Russell Hata from Hata and Company Limited. And Hata and Russell explained that they're not just a food distribution company, they're also a small local business, and that contributes greatly to the economy and the local community. So we thank those small businesses out there. And as Russell said, you know, other small restaurants and businesses, please come and visit Chef Zone, come and visit Hata, because they have so many services that they can help you and provide you with. Thank you for watching today.